don't necessarily have to be a driver to be able to handle a Hennessy Venom, but if you want to really exert all of its brutal power and performance, then having that sort of ability is definitely no hindrance. The F5 absolutely flying up the hill. And this is the sort of car that would give quite a lot of racing machinery not only a run for its money, but an awful hiding in terms of outright pace and performance. Astonishing performance from so many of the supercars that you will see on the hill. In fact, calling them supercars is, I think, hypercars is the very least you should be aiming for. Ferrari with a big group of entries. This is Miguel Molina, again factory Ferrari driver, was racing for them in the Le Mans 24 Hours just 3 weeks ago in a 488 GTE, and this is the latest Evo version of the FXX. Absolutely astonishing piece of equipment, and you can see why the manufacturers bring in their factory drivers to use these cars to their full abilities up the hill. This is not just a rolling motor show, this is a global sales pitch, wearing Rosso Corsa, the Ferrari racing colours, but with the pale Oxford blue, Cambridge blue rather, of Colonel Ronnie Hall, who for many years was the British Ferrari importer, Maranello concessionaires, being driven by Rob Barth, who has got plenty of experience in GT racing Ferraris. This is Ferrari's latest entry-level road car, if such a thing is possible, the 296 GTB. And those famous letters GTB came initially with the 308 and still retain their significance for the Ferrari brand. GT Berlinetta of Rob Barth, or being driven by Rob Barth. Looking here at the black Jaguar F-Type blasting away from the line, and this Andrew Mould in the F-Type R, and the fastest, most focused of the Jaguar F-Types. And of course, just that little green badge with the R label on for those in the know immediately identifies an ordinarily good-looking Jag for something that's just a little bit special. Fabulous looking colour on this car as well, real colour changing from almost black to dark cherry red. And the Type R's supercharging in previous Jaguar models has always given them that iron in a velvet glove appeal to so many drivers. They look relatively standard and anonymous, but pack an enormous punch, and the F-Type R will be absolutely no different. Well, the cars are coming fast and furious if you are trackside. This is Caterham's latest and most focused road model, and the Caterham stand with an enormous array of cars on. Very different looking machine next up. So many real flights to fancy. This is a Spanish-Swiss motoring consortium. They were renowned for fabulously drop-dead, high-performance, ultra-exclusive cars, being driven by former Grand Prix ace Spanish driver Luis Perez Sala, who's done his own time as a race driver in Formula One, many more years as a test driver, and the Hispano-Suiza Carmen, again heading back into the historic territory of Hispano-Suiza, into the exclusive coach-built days of yore, and it's got that real 1930s feel with the sort of aero rear end and the fared-in rear wheels. Spats on a car immediately just give it that 1930s feel. First time we've seen this car here in the UK at speed, and Luis Perez-Sala making sure. Look at that, the frown on the car, the lidded eyes on it look really nice. Well, delighted to be joined again by Sean Ward. Sean, as ever, these Michelin Supercar runs, the first France runs, just bring out the 8-year-old boy in everybody, don't they? You know, these are all going to be posters on kids. Well, I suppose kids don't have posters on their bedroom walls anymore. It's all on their phone, it's all on the internet. But cars like this that have not been seen in public before, being driven by Chris Buncombe. This car, the Radford Lotus Type 62, being developed by Ant Ansted and Jensen Button, their new company. And again, you know, we think of, well, bespoke manufacturers as being something of the size of a Ferrari or a Bugatti, but actually they can be tiny startups as well.
That's the thing, there are only going to be 62 of these cars, and the car that we've seen, and we've seen in pictures now for almost a couple of years. We've seen it in the metal here before.